connected to the Gamer Down.
Hello friends, and welcome back to the Gamer Down. This is your host, Dark Hosis. And here's a look at Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Oh yeah. It's finally so great to be able to review a nice game. I've reviewed so many crappy games lately, and I know that this is going to be a good game because Ubisoft, they really don't put out crap. People give them a lot of crap, but their games are always cool. Now let you enjoy this opening.
I don't think
cutscene.
anyone ever expects to wake up one morning and find themselves caught in the middle of a war between two secret organizations. I know I didn't. But here I am. On one side are the Templars, better known these days as Abstergo Industries. They're in the business of control. Politics, economics, technology. They won't stop until every single one of us serves them. Literally. Fighting against them are the Assassins, a group dedicated to safeguarding humanity's free will. I was born into the Brotherhood. A couple of weeks ago, the Templars found me. They took me prisoner, strapped me into a machine they built and put me to work. It's called an Animus, and it's where I spent most of my time. Exploring the memories of my ancestors, discovering entire lives locked deep inside my DNA. First, I revisited the life of Altair ibn La'ahad, an assassin from the Crusades. The Templars wanted the location of something known as a Piece of Eden, an ancient artifact capable of bending people to their will. Once the Templars had what they were looking for, they decided my usefulness had come to an end. But Lucy saved me. Lucy. When things were at their worst, she revealed herself to be an assassin and helped me escape. I was hoping that would be the end of my misadventures, but we were just getting started. Back into another Animus I went. Now, I'm reliving the memories of Ezio Auditore da Firenze, my ancestor from the Renaissance, searching for a path forward. Through the bleeding effect, I'm becoming an assassin in more than just name. It will come in handy as the Templars prepare to enslave us all. They found us. They've crashed our hideout and we're fleeing the scene looking for a place to hide. Only there isn't any and time is running short. My name is Desmond Miles, and this is my story.
And Ubisoft does such a excellent job of explaining their story fairly rapidly without too lengthy of a cutscene. I mean, the cutscenes, you know, they seem to have the formula down for just about the perfect amount of time to where you just don't start drifting off and feel like you've bought a movie instead of a game. Now, I really love the Assassin's Creed storyline of reincarnation. I mean, that is such a brilliant idea. I mean, just think about it. They can completely go back to any time and any life in the past, and maybe even the future. Who knows? And they can completely tell a story from that angle. But of course, they're focusing on the Middle Ages these days because of the textures and everything like that they have to build upon those things. And I really love the cinematic choreography for all their scenes. Just like right here, it kind of is reminiscent of Saving Private Ryan. And in this part, all you had to do is just tap your left mouse button. I'm not really quite sure why they added this in. I think maybe just so you would know that you're engaged into the game and this is just not some huge movie. It was a little pointless, but they put it in there for some reason. And here we go. This is the very beautiful scenery that is in all of the Assassin's Creed games. They really did a great job of bringing to life the 1500s.
Rebecca, what's going on?
I have to run some diagnostics. I'll get back to you.
And while she runs some diagnostics, I wanted to say that I did not finish Assassin's Creed number 1. And I never played Assassin's Creed number 2. And the reason I never finished Assassin's Creed number 1 was because I struggled like hell with the mouse and keyboard. It was quite obvious you needed a controller to play Assassin's Creed 1 properly. I just could not master it. It was an awesome game though. Such an awesome game. It was such a regret that I wasn't able to finish it. It was just too hard. And the voice effects on her, I can't understand a damn thing she said, but I don't think it really matters. I believe it was supposed to be mysterious. He doesn't understand, and I don't understand what you're saying, baby. Anyhow, back to the controls I was talking about. I am so damn happy they've improved the controls. I don't know if they did it over Assassin's Creed number 2, because I didn't play it. But the controls now for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, they are excellent for the mouse and keyboard. You have no trouble at all now. There's no problem. You're gonna love it. That's the thing about Ubisoft. They always are continually improving their games. And of course, if I had just woke up from a chamber, the first thing I would do is go and pull on something right in the middle of the floor. Oh yeah. I know. It's just kind of silly, isn't it? But this is so awesomely done. The cinematics and the choreography and the texture work. Oh, so beautiful. Now, if you do hear me go silent, I'm still here with you. I just want you to enjoy the sound effects and the feeling of the game and what it's like to feel the game. And with me talking constantly, it's a bit of a distraction, yes, even though I am doing a review. It is kind of distracting, and for a moment, I'm sure you would like to just absorb the sound effects and the scenery.
Better in the hands of the earth than in the hands of man.
Uncle.
What can I say? We sent a single man against an entire army. I was worried. Quick, climb up. We have to get out of here.
And now we're introduced to Eagle Vision, which is acquired by just holding down the E key on your keyboard. And what it does is it shows you the path. And once again, I'll bring up the controls, and here I was just the very first time I'd ever touched the controls for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and I was also expecting, you know, what I experienced in Assassin's Creed number 1 with needing so many buttons. But no, I completely got into these controls very rapidly, and it didn't take any time to start to master. And I can see that, like, in the future, that I'm just going to get better and better at these controls, and they're just going to get more and more fluid, and I'm actually going to be zipping around like you see in the commercials.
You would not believe the things I have seen, Mario.
Then be sure to stay alive that I might hear of them.
I expect opposition.
And I expect the Borgia to mourn the loss of many lives tonight.
This still has to be one of the best single-player formulas, where you play a little bit and then you're subjected to a cutscene or dialogue from the other character. It just really gets you into the whole story, and it's the best. It seems to be the best way to do single-player games.
God will see you pay for your crimes. You have desecrated the sanctity of this holy place.
You condemn what you do not understand.
We must go, Ezio, now.
My life story. Condemned what they don't understand. And now, this is my most favorite thing about Assassin's Creed, I must admit. The shoving. Oh god, I love to shove the people, man. I can spend way too much time doing this. It's just too damn hilarious. And even in Grand Theft Auto 4, when they first introduced it to that game, oh man, I spend way too much time just shoving people around. It's just too damn funny. That's one thing I love about Assassin's Creed, and it's even better in Assassin's Creed than in Grand Theft Auto. And you'll notice I stalled here, and that was due to fraps. It was not due to the game, actually. So don't worry about that. The performance is excellent. I was pulling an easy 30 plus FPS,
Be ready.
and that's with fraps going, which really drags you down. And here's your very first taste of combat, and I had to say that I loved every minute of it.
Saving you.
It's a little easy here, but this is more like the tutorial. This is your like introduction to combat in this very first part of the game here. So I'm sure they didn't want to amp it up too badly and get your ass kicked as soon as you walk out the door. And also the thing about Ubisoft games is what they do so well is they make you feel like a badass. I mean, they genuinely, they give you that feeling like I'm a badass. They don't screw around where you're struggling to fight foes. You're generally able to just kick multiple foes' asses in no time. Here I just wanted to turn Eagle Eye on once again just to see what I could see. You're not going to want to have it on, though, when you're playing, of course. It was just to see if there was any paths around. But no, I didn't see any paths, and I really didn't see a lot of paths in-game. I mean, well, in-game. In the real world, the open world part of the game. I didn't see a lot of paths, so I'm sure you use it a lot for the questing, but I'm sure there's paths out there. I'm just, like I said, I'm new to this game. I like to come into these games fresh. I mean, I know what Assassin's Creed is. I've played number 1. And I didn't even finish it though, but I know the whole concept of it. I do know quite a bit about Assassin's Creed. I just wasn't a follower of it, but it is an excellent game. I could be a follower of it. There's just way too many games out there, and I have to review them all. As for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I'm loving every single minute of it. I'm just loving it. Loving the controls. I've mastered them and picked them up just so fast. I mean, of course, I'm still doing a little fumbling around, but everything is so ergonomic, I guess you might say. I mean, just fluid. It just feels right. The controls just feel great. They obviously spent a terrible amount of time on the controls, I'm sure, but I'm glad they did. I'm glad they thought of people like me who will never probably give up their mouse and keyboard. It's an extension of my body, almost. I can walk away from the computer and still feel my trackball in my hand. In this part of the game, we're just following your uncle, and really, this is the part of the built-in tutorial as well. It's to get you familiarized with the controls, and it's such a great idea. Such a great idea. They're putting the tutorial right into the game. You don't even know you're doing the tutorial. And this part was pretty easy. I'm sure as the game progresses that all of the chasing and puzzles and things like that will get much more complex. And I can't wait to see the other concepts of this game. The Brotherhood concept, where you can call in assassins that you've kind of recruited and built up for your own order. It's so awesome. I mean, when you do call in your assassins, though, I hear that it makes the game a little way too easy, though. So, if you want a little more of a challenge, you'll do it without your assassins. But they're there in case you want them. And what I love about it is just for the the effect. I mean, like you're a super badass, and you've got this whole Brotherhood underneath you, and also your assassins can die, so you have to kind of look out for them too. Here you can see me kind of fumbling around a little bit as I learn the controls, and as you learn them, learn from them, you learn from your mistakes, and you'll learn things like your camera must face the way you want to jump. And that was something I didn't get right off the bat, is that I had my camera facing one way, and then I would try to jump, and so I would go the opposite direction. But yeah, you learn as you go. It's not that hard.
decision is yours alone to make. Only do so quickly. Give it to me. You can do with it as you will later.
Bene.
Jump!
And that object they're talking about right there is the whole centerpiece of the Assassin's Creed storyline, really, and it's used to control people. So, if you're an old timer of Assassin's Creed and a long-time fan of this game, then you know all about it. And I probably sound like a total noob, but these reviews are more for casual people who pick up games, not so much the hardcore. And isn't the scenery just so gorgeous in these Assassin's Creed games? I mean, they just don't miss a beat. I mean, they all of the extras and details are there. They just don't miss anything. The combat also gets much more intense as the game progresses. As I hear that the crossbow is just so amazing. One shot, one kill.
Minerva talked about the sun. She told of a disaster that occurred long ago, and another.
And isn't this just cool? You know, like how you are just living the experience from this time period. And that's what is so awesome about these Ubisoft games, and how they don't miss the details. You know, they don't miss these small conversations as you were walking up to the castle. I mean, a lot of developers, they probably would have left this complete scene out, but it adds so much to the story. It builds your relationship with your uncle here, Mario, and you know, it just it gives you a sense of caring for the characters.
My apologies. We only installed them a few days ago. My men are still being trained in their use.
Even the controls for the horse are just completely amazing. I mean, it's about as close as you can get to feeling like you're riding a horse, you know, as a video game can get in 2D, until they come out with virtual reality, of course. But the handling is amazing. Is completely amazing. They went that extra mile to even make the horse handling good. And even a lot of MMO RPGs haven't gone that far for their mounts. It's just so awesome. And I'm loving this game just from the beginning. I knew that I was gonna probably like it, and I was not wrong one bit. Even just the small details, like right here, people recognizing you and making you feel good, and it's just, there's no blandness to it. They don't miss these details, I mean, which are so important to games, and so many developers miss the details. And it just makes me so damn ecstatic and happy when the developers out there that do get it and get that we need these details. They're important to us.
Thanks to you.
Brother!
Claudia. It is good to be home. How is Mother?
She's fine. I heard you were returning, but I'm glad to see it with my own eyes. The Contessa of Forley is here to welcome you. I had no idea you were so famous.
Katarina? Here?
Is it finished then? Is the Spaniard truly dead?
Gather the others in Mario's study tonight. I'll explain everything there.
Steel yourself, Ezio. They will have many questions.
Claudia, tell the Contessa I look forward to seeing her this evening.
Even the acting of these 3D models is really Academy Award winning. I mean, it is so excellent acting. And at this part of the game, I was just kind of looking around. I mean, you're finally introduced into the open world, and here's the map, and as you can see, there's side quests everywhere. And these side quests, they award you different items, as some of them do. Sometimes you'll get some better armor, and sometimes you'll get some really awesome stuff. So you want to do all the side quests to make sure that you hit them all, and plus you want to do them anyway because you want to experience the game. It's really you know, you want to get to every single part of this game. I mean, it's that good. And you always want to make sure your finger doesn't slip and you accidentally kill a couple of people, because that's what just happened to me. I accidentally slipped my finger here and killed a couple of guys. That shows how badass you are. That's what a badass you are. That was too funny, wasn't it? But yeah, this guy, he's such a badass that he can just kill with just the slip of a button. But you don't want to go running around and just slaying everybody, though, because that wouldn't be good for your reputation. Nah. On the other hand, though, that is one of the things that makes these types of games so effing funny. And you can do the things you can't do in real life. You can walk around and be damn Charles Manson if you wanted to be. But, of course, you know, it's just a game, and it's just for fun. I mean, most people, of course, they're sane, and they aren't bloodthirsty killers. At least we all hope so. But that is something that I know that people do, is they just walk around this game and assassinate and steal, and you know, that's cool. I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, I mean, that's what these games are for. It's so you can explore those parts of maybe your nature you would never explore, or you know, just to experience those sorts of things. And sometimes they're just damn hilarious, and that's just one reason to do them for itself. They're just too damn funny. And I was following her around. I thought she was going to lead me somewhere good, but nope. So it's time to go do some side quests here. And I just love the scenery. I mean, they just really make it come to life with this, from the shadows to the, you know, the sun gleaming down here. Just so excellent, and I just love how they've captured the feeling of this time period. And you know, I just love the details. Just like when you run into somebody, how rude! That's just awesome. That's just damn awesome.
I always get stuck with this.
And here we're coming up on our first little side quest, where we must carry this crate of flowers for this lovely young woman.
Need some help?
Salve.
So many flowers. Your husband must be very lucky.
I am the lucky one. I have you here to aid me.
Let me see what I can do.
Back there, I may have given you the wrong impression.
Oh?
I have no husband. The flowers are for a party.
Am I invited?
Oh, Desmond.
Claudia Auditori's birthday party in the villa.
Sly
If you
dog,
are willing to help me again, I need someone with class
And
to
the point
accompany
of this
me.
quest is not carrying the flowers. No,
makes you think
that's
I
not
have
what the
class?
point of it is.
I
It's the
could tell
conversation.
moment I saw you. No one
And
in
it's
this town walks with
just
such
so
daring.
excellent that
I'm certain
a
Ezio
developer
Auditori himself
has that
would
kind
be
of
impressed.
foresight to
What do you know of Ezio?
know that this is what
Claudia
people
thinks
would
the
like,
world
you
of
know,
him,
where they're eased into
but
the
he rarely
story.
visits her.
And you learn about the
From what
story
I
as you
gather,
go along and
he's distant.
play the game, and don't have it shoved in your face.
She is right.
Now you probably think, man, this guy is so glowing about
You?
Ubisoft and so glowing
The
about
party
this
was intended to
game.
be a
He must be a
surprise. Promise you
paid
not to
informer. No. I'm just a regular guy who does regular reviews
What will
on
you do
YouTube.
to keep me quiet?
Just for
Claudia. I am
fun,
sure
really.
can
I
think
don't
of
make any
several
money.
things.
And I pay for the games out of
I'll
my
be
own
waiting to hear
pocket,
them when
so
we get there.
it's not a financial reason that I give such a glowing review. It's because of how I really feel. And I give plenty of shitty reviews. Trust me. Just read my other reviews. Check out my other reviews. Yeah, they are not all so great. About 80% are probably negative reviews. So when I find a good game, I'm all over it, and I
I have something
promote it
in
as
mind.
good as I can and as well as
There
I
is one
can.
condition.
Anything.
You must wait until tomorrow.
If it pleases you, I will not stand in your way.
It will be worth the wait, Ezio. Trust me.
And Ezio has to walk away with the blue balls. Sorry, Ezio. But like she said, maybe later. And I'm sure we'll be seeing her a little bit later on as we go down the main storyline. These are the side stories, and all the exclamation marks you see on your map, they're quests you can do, and you should do them all. Like I mentioned earlier, you want to go and do every single one of them. And here I turn on my eagle vision just so I could see if there was anything to see, and I didn't see anything. Like I had said earlier, there don't seem to be any paths. I expected when I turned on eagle vision that I would see paths all over the place, but nah, that's alright. You know, you can still climb and do whatever you want. That's what's so lovely about this game, the openness.
Buongiorno.
Ezio, Mario is going to murder me. I have lost his favorite horse.
Do not despair. I will bring it back.
God bless you, Ezio.
Now this was completely unexpected and completely badass. I mean, this is totally cool. I don't think I've ever had a quest or task in a game like this where I chased a horse down, and I was doing it completely wrong in the beginning. I was just trying to bum rush this horse, and it seems that you're supposed to run at the horse and then slow down as you get closer to him. So bum rushing him and trying to jump on his back like I was trying to do here, that ain't gonna work. But this was so awesome though. I don't think I've ever did a quest, and I've played many games like this one. I mean, I've never did a quest like this one. It's so refreshing. I mean, somebody sat and thought hard about these quests and made them all very interesting. And here, as I just mentioned, you just ease up to the horse and you click your shift there. Press your shift and voila, easy. If I can do it, you can do it.
Here.
Grazie, Ezio. I can no longer keep up with the horses. Promise me you will enjoy your good health. Do not spend as much time in battle as your Uncle Mario.
My battles have already been won.
That is good news. Arrivederci, Ezio.
And speaking of horses, what is so cool also is you are allowed to ride horses all around the city. So you can just go and grab you a horse, and they are around the city. You'll find them. And that makes traveling around so much faster and easier. And that was something that I had heard that people had been requesting, and is now in the game at least. So yeah, that's going to be badass. That's badass. I mean, you don't have to struggle. Yes, some of the streets are not built for horses, so you must navigate them. But it's much easier than walking, I can tell you that much. And if you can believe it or not, almost 30 minutes have passed since this video began. So I'm going to leave it here at 30 minutes. I don't like to make them extraordinarily long. I generally only do about 15-minute reviews. It's so much easier to process, and most people only need about 15 minutes to judge a game. And in this 30 minutes, I hope that you've got enough information and you've got to see enough of the game to judge for yourself if you would like it. As for my opinion, it's an excellent game. It's the best Assassin's Creed, I believe, that's come out yet. They continue to improve the game. The controls are much more improved. The side quests offering, various rewards. It makes everything, rewarding and worth doing. So with this, I'm going to end this video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. This is the Gamer Down, and I am your host, Dark Hostess. This has been Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Thumbs up videos you enjoy, and subscribe. It helps the channel, and it helps me. Thank you.